Hello, first responders. It's Johanna with Holiday Planet with our shore excursion announcement for our Japan cruise 2027. And shore excursions is such a fun time because we get to choose the experiences we're going to have during this fabulous itinerary of exploring Japan together. And oftentimes, those experiences are some of the best memories that we'll take home with us. So it's super fun to choose what we're going to do. I'll talk you through the itinerary today and let you know which excursions we're booking. And you have choices. You can book the same excursions that we are doing, or you can explore independently on your own, or you can book another shore excursion if there's something else that looks better to you. We're putting the instructions how to get into your Princess Cruise personalizer in the video, the email that goes out with this video. So you have the instructions how to log in and view the shore excursions that are available, because we will be booking these through Princess this time. I really don't think we would have enough people for private shore excursions because this is such a long itinerary. There are a lot of ports, and I think a lot of people are going to end up doing quite a bit of exploring on their own. So rather than struggling to try to make group minimums of completely private excursions, let's just book some of the Princess excursions together so we can still have the camaraderie of exploring the ports together with our group, at least in some of the ports. I've given a couple of options of things to do for each port in the email that goes out with this video, and I've just bolded each time what Tommy and I are doing if you would like to explore with us. So in the first port of Toba, really the only thing that there is to do there on this little island is experience the Mikimoto Pearl Museum. This is where the pearls are from, and they have traditionally been harvested by female divers known as the Ama divers, which is a fascinating piece of culture and history, and you can experience that all at the museum. We will make our own way to the museum, which is, I think, just a taxi ride, a short taxi ride, and then we're going to pay our own entrance fee to go into the museum, which I think is cheap, like $10 to $15 per person. We will go this one on our own. If you would rather book it as a shore excursion through Princess just for sheer convenience, you might want to consider the one that's called the Ocean Cultural Experience with Ama Divers and Lunch. So you can actually meet these female divers who harvest the pearls, have lunch included. If you're going to pay for a shore excursion, you might want to really get the full experience there. In the next port of Wakayama, we are going to go to Wakayama Castle, but we're going to go there on our own. It's about 15 minutes from the port by taxi or bus, and it's really highly worth seeing. There are something like 450 cherry trees, which will all be in blossom. There are beautiful weapons displays, Japanese gardens, panoramic city views. This is a really beautiful castle. So we will for sure go there. We'll just do it on our own. We'll also be walking distance from the Museum of Modern Art. So that is something that you could also include if you're going to do things on your own that day. Otherwise, the best shore excursion to book through Princess is the same place, Wakayama Castle, with the seaside village of Kada, which takes you also to the Awashima Shrine, known for thousands of traditional dolls and really beautiful scenic coastal views. The next town is Kochi, and Kochi has a city bus, sort of, that's a shuttle into town. So we plan to take this free shuttle into town and have a completely free day of shopping, restaurants, local markets, parks. This is probably the best port for just completely going it on your own. Otherwise, if you want to do an excursion, Kochi Castle is worth visiting because this is one of the oldest traditional castles that we'll see on this itinerary. Japanese castles are made of wood. A lot of them have burned down and been rebuilt. Some of them that you visit are beautiful and worth visiting, but they really were built in like the 1950s, not really that old. But this one in Kochi dates back to the 1600s, so that's a good opportunity to see, one of the oldest, more ancient traditional castles. And you also get to go to Katsurahama Beach and see some of the dramatic coastlines and another famous shrine there. The next port in Kagoshima, we are going to do the Ibusuki sand bath and Shiran samurai houses. So this sand bath, the deal is that you go down onto this black sand beach, they dig a hole and they bury you in naturally warm geothermal sand. And you sit there in this meditative experience covered with this incredibly healthy therapeutic sand and just listen to the sound of the waves for a period of time. Then you rinse off in a traditional Japanese hot spring and have lunch. And you go visit this little samurai village where you can go into the traditional residences and these really peaceful Japanese gardens, which all sounds amazing to me. That tour is a little bit of a splurge. So we are splurging that day just because I think it sounds so cool, but there are some things to do on your own if you prefer that day. And I'm going to put that in the email that goes out with this video so you can read some options for on your own that day as well. Next, in Yatsushiro, we are going to do the Kumamoto Highlights Tour. This is a port where I do recommend booking a shore excursion. There's nothing there at the port. There's really nothing to do on your own, so don't leave this port free. We're going to do Kumamoto Highlights, which is a half-day tour with a scenic drive into Kumamoto, and you visit 2 of the most iconic cultural shrines, then continue to a really beautiful garden designed as a traditional Japanese garden with walking paths and koi ponds and little miniature landscapes and a very peaceful setting. The other thing to do, which I also think would be super fun, is visit the Hitoyoshi and Shochu brewery. So that's an experience where you find out how they make Japanese soy sauce and miso paste and distill the liquor known as shochu and enjoy a tasting experience, which I think would be super fun, but we're going to have the kids with us, so we're not doing the brewery, we're doing the highlights tour that day. Then in Busan, our one port day in South Korea, definitely book a shore excursion that day. There are so many good ones to choose from. Honestly, any of them would be great. And these are the cheapest shore excursions of the whole entire itinerary. So definitely take advantage of a great day of exploring South Korea, really making the most of it by booking an informative tour and getting a great deal on it as well. The one we're going to do is called Gancheon Cultural Village and Markets. So we begin at this beautiful hillside, colorful village. We go to a skywalk for really beautiful ocean and city views. And then we go to a fish market for some shopping, tasting, just some authentic Korean culture there at the local markets. The next port is Hiroshima, and the thing to do there is go to the Peace Memorial Park and Atomic Bomb Dome. From what I understand, the Atomic Bomb Dome is very heavy. It is an emotional experience. The Peace Memorial Park is a little bit more light. Of course, for history's sake, we're going to do both. But for some people, the Atomic Bomb Dome is like fully just like sobbing inconsolably, just difficult. So if that might be you, you might consider only doing Peace Memorial Park or even doing one of the other shore excursions that are offered that day. But what we're going to do is go over to the Atomic Bomb Dome and Peace Memorial Park on our own. It's a pretty short taxi ride, and then from what I understand, there are volunteer guides that will take you through on a guided tour for very cheap or even free. If it sounds more convenient to you to just do the whole thing through Princess, Princess does have that same tour, including both sites and some of the surrounding sites and the transportation and the entrance fees and the guide all arranged for you. And that excursion is pretty affordable, honestly, if you just do it through Princess. Finally, when we're getting back to Tokyo, there are 2 different options for disembarkation tours where they take you around some highlights of Tokyo and then finish at the airport. It is really important to know that these are only suitable if you have flights that depart after 3:30 p.m. and you want to look at the times for each airport, for each tour, because they're all different, and it has to get you to the airport, of course, in time for your flight. So if your flights are 3:30 or later, you could consider one of those tours, because it is convenient that they take you and your luggage off the ship, take you on this fabulous tour, and drop you at the airport later in the day, so that you're not sitting there all day with your luggage wondering what to do with yourself, because the airline won't even let you check in luggage usually more than about 4 hours prior to departure. So let me know what questions you have down in the Facebook comments below. I know that's a lot, but this is just an itinerary loaded with adventure. I can't wait to explore it all with you, and I hope that you will do some of the same things that our family is doing, so we get to enjoy some of these adventures with you. Thanks so much, and stay safe out there, first responders. Bye.